All right, hello everyone. So I'm really excited to introduce lesson 2, sending binary messages. So this is actually this may be my favorite lesson of the first week. So I'm really excited about kind of introducing binary to you, and we'll talk about kind of what binary is in class and some stuff like that. But I did want to introduce lesson number 2. So if you're watching this video, that means that you have done lesson number 1 here. And you have actually turned in Personal Innovations worksheet. Remember, that's kind of how this course works, all right? So it's hard to move on to like lesson 2 without doing lesson 1, and that should be obvious, but just letting you know. So once you've turned in Personal Innovations worksheet, make it a goal to be on lesson 2 by Wednesday. We're going to be doing lesson 2 in class on Wednesday. We'll probably do lesson 1 too because we weren't able to do it this morning. So just, make it your goal to be doing it by Wednesday the 16th. That's a good rule of thumb. So here you are in lesson 2 in the OHS. So let's introduce it. So we're talking about binary messages. Make sure you read all this background information, what we're doing in the lessons. This is important. Unit 1, there's your flashcards. You know what to do with those. Grab them, print them, write them down. Do whatever you got to do to keep those flashcards. And then you want to grab your activity guide. Binary Machine Activity Guide. So this is your second activity of the year. So this one is, it's a little bit more in depth, but you don't have to draw. So those of you who don't like being artistic, you don't have to do that this time. So we are going to be we're going to be creating a device to send signals across a room. All right. So now if you're in class with me, we're going to set up a different way to do this in class. I may do some little drawings. We'll see how, you have to log in on Monday and check it out, or Wednesday, sorry. But what you're going to do is you're going to be creating a machine to send a message across a room. Now, there is no talking and no throwing things. So you have to imagine that you're standing across the room from someone and you have to send them signals. You have to get messages to that person, all right? And so the easiest thing to think is probably sending a binary message, sending one of 2 states, right? That's easy. I mean, you could do, there's hundreds of things that you could do to send a binary message. So I want you to tell me what your question would be that you were trying to ask. And then how are you going to send that message? So what is message A? What is message B? So I'm going to give you an example really quick. Let's say that I had a flashlight. I could easily send binary messages with flashlights, okay? So if I hold the flashlight up and the flashlight's off, I would say that was state B. And I would say that was, maybe black or no or whatever I wanted my state B to be. State A would be when the light's on. So I could send binary messages across a room without throwing anything and without talking using a flashlight, right? So there's so many different ways to do this, and I want you to think of your own way, all right? Now, but we're in an AP course, so let's step up the difficulty. Challenge number 2 is I want you to do the same thing, and make sure you're reading through these instructions very carefully because it does give you time restraints, and I encourage you to stay within those time restraints because we're going to stay within them in class, but if you can't come to class, stay within these time restraints because those are going to help you out a lot. So now you have to send 4 different states. Okay, so whereas the flashlight was 1 state and then 2 states being off, try to send, you want to edit your system to send 4 different states. Now I know how I would edit my flashlight signals for 4 different states, but I'm going to let you do it with your system. Okay, so whatever your system is, I want you to edit it to where you can send 4 states across the room. Challenge number 3 is 8 states. And remember, the time limit starts to crunch down and the states start to increase. So this starts to get more and more difficult. All right. Challenge number 4 is 16 states. Hopefully you notice a pattern. Okay. Now, what challenge number 4 is also going to ask you is, could you keep going? So could you keep multiplying your states? Could you keep going to 32? Could you even go up to 1,000,000? So could you keep increasing the amount of states using the system that you've created? So this is challenging. So I'm going to let you know, this is, it took computer scientists years to come up with a system to send binary messages. It really did. Nonetheless, very complex messages like we do today. And today we send messages with millions and millions of different letters and characters and digits and states, and it's amazing. So we have systems to do this, and what I want you to do is try to figure one out on your own. So remember, try coming to the live class on Wednesday at 8:30. That's going to help you out so much with this lesson. But if you are doing it on your own, good luck. And if you need anything, just reach out to me. Remember, at the bottom of this activity, there is a reflection. So some of these activities will have some kind of reflection, multiple choice questions. Save these questions, okay? Because these are going to help you out. You will see these again, I promise. So hint, hint, you're going to see these again. So once you've filled these out, I just got a nice message. Once you fill these out, then you will do the same thing. Download it, print it, scan it, take a picture of it, get it turned into the Dropbox area. Same place as the other one. And surprise, in lesson 2, you also have a quiz. Now remember, don't freak out. This quiz is super short. I'm going to see how long it is. I think it's like, I don't want you to see the answers, but it's 4 questions, all right? So log in, knock out that quiz, your first quiz grade of the year. As long as you paid attention to the videos, as long as you paid attention to reading the instructions very carefully and the terms, this quiz, you're going to knock it out of the park. Your quiz average will be 100 on day 3 of school. How awesome is that? So if you have any questions about lesson 2, please let me know. But when in doubt, please log into the live class. We're going to do this together, and it will be much easier and much more enjoyable. So have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you in class Wednesday morning at 8:30. Bye.